It is another fantastic day here at Fun King Garage, and today I'm going to be working on prepping the Cummins so that I can get it ready to put into the Ford frame rails. If it's your first time here, I want to welcome you, and if you're a returning viewer, I want to welcome you back. So part of today's prep is going to be removing some things so that I can get some paint put on the block and bolting on a few really nice accessories. So the first parts that are on that chopping block are the factory filter and pump housing. They've got to go, not only because they're in the way of the paint, but you just got to go. The filter housing was still full of fuel, so a catch pan was necessary. I probably should have used a clean catch pan and kept that fuel. And of course this thing is leaking. That is all it's done since I got it. Leak, leak, leak. Once the lines were disconnected and the mounting bolts were taken out, I was able to remove it from the block. Now onto the exhaust manifold. I'm going to start by disconnecting the turbo oil drain. The zipper bag method of fastener organization works extremely well for me. It ensures that I don't lose anything and everything gets put back on. If by chance I have parts left over, at least I know where it came from, right? I'm curious what you use to keep track of your fasteners and small parts during your projects. Let me know in the comments below. But now I have to get the manifold lock plate off of the fasteners so I can remove that manifold. The other one was easy enough to get at. I could just use my pry bar and a hammer and pop it off of there. The inside one, I had to get a little more creative. I ended up using my hammer as a fulcrum and prying it off using the pry bar. I can see why nobody would want to do that in the truck. That's a pain for sure. Success! Another part in the baggie. All right. It's not going to be light. Oh my gosh, and now it's leaking manifold gaskets. This thing just leaks everything. That's not terrible. Expecting it to be way, way heavier than that. With the exhaust manifold off, it'll be much easier to paint this side of the block. That wasn't the only reason for taking the manifold off. That's the main reason that I had to take all that off. It's now time to clean the block and get ready for some paint. Again, might put a little clips in down here. Sweeten it up a little bit. The block is clean, and I've taped off places where I don't want paint. It's now time for some duplicolor engine enamel. Watching somebody paint things is a lot like just watching paint dry. So the engine block was primed and painted, and now I need to cut the two ears off the back of the block for starter clearance. Yeah, I apparently am not going to make it all the way through that because my disc is too small. Disc! I said disc! Like as in cutting disc, you freaks! That is hot. It just seems no matter how prepared you are for a project, there's always something you don't have or something you run out of. I need to head off to the hardware store to get some more cutoff wheels so I can finish cutting those ears off the block for starter clearance. So we're going to end this episode here, even though there's still a lot of prep to do on the Cummins. We're going to continue that in the next episode and get it ready to put into the frame rails. Plus, we get to bolt on some of those amazing conversion parts from Diesel Conversion Specialist. It's an episode you're not going to want to miss, so make sure you're subscribed and you tick that bell for notifications on the upload. I want to thank each and every one of you for tuning in and watching this series. I hope you're enjoying it. I also hope that you join us next time. I'd love to hang out and chat, but new adventures await for me, and it's time for me to go.